Hello and welcome to Terraria. My name is Todd, also known as Theo Magic, and this is of course Terraria. Last time we left off, we managed to get ourselves a set of Kobold's armor and got ourselves the Orichalcum that we needed for both the anvil and the pickaxe. And now we're gonna go grab some adamantite. Oh, we did also manage to get a cobalt repeater. Making some pretty good progress in hard mode. It shouldn't be too difficult from here on out. Just a whole thing about finding, what is it, some more adamantite. Oh, that's right, we also have our Spelunker potion, so I'm going to activate one of those as I jump down here. Let's not get murdered by the herpling. That herpling does way too much damage. Just let him jump down. Or we'll make him jump down, more like. Deal with that slime. Alright. I think we just bypass him from here on out. Ow. Okay, thankfully we dodged the fall damage there. What was I going to talk about this time? I forget. Last time I had a really bad habit of just rambling about a bunch of random stuff that had like like didn't really pertain to anything and had no relevance. So that was my bad. Hopefully this part it'll be a little bit shorter and I won't have to ramble as much about random stuff. Of course, once we manage to get our adamantite stuff, if we're able to get enough of it, we will hopefully then start working on trying to get ourselves a set of wings, which means that we will have to go fight some wyverns up in the sky. And wyverns are nasty early in the game. If you've never had the unfortunate task of having to deal with them, which maybe I guess it's fortunate you never had to deal with them, but then again you wouldn't have had wings, so everybody kind of has to deal with them at some point to get a set of wings, or at least an early set of wings. So yeah, they'll be a big problem for us, but we'll do our best to handle it. Let's cut on through here. Get this other adamantite. Hopefully not getting killed by any floaty grosses now that we actually do a decent amount of damage to them. Our amount of defense that we have as well is also slightly decent. So that's pretty good. Wish my imp would help out here. He doesn't seem to want to help. There we go. Finally got him starting to shoot. Come on. Dealt with, okay. Now hopefully no more floaty grosses spawn. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So yeah, once we're done with adamantite, the other things we can focus on are getting a set of wings. We can also try and manage to get some spider stuff, such as a set of like the minion that you can get from them, and the sentry, which is kind of a different type of minion. We won't be going after the spider armor just because it's not very good. Even though it isn't bad, there's nothing wrong with the spider armor. It's probably the best armor for fighting mechanical bosses if you're a summoner. I just don't like it as much as a set of ranged armor at this point, because ranged tends to be the best for us. We'll probably switch to magic as soon as we defeat the mechanical bosses. Actually no, we'll probably switch to magic as soon as we defeat Terra, because I think that's when we'll be able to get our Spectre armor. And that's a pretty good armor set for going solo. I know it's been nerfed repeatedly over time, but it's still quite good at the current time. Just because of the fact that you have the benefit of healing yourself, and very few armor sets allow you to heal yourself. As soon as we're able to get some of the later game ranger sets, we might decide to drop the Spectre armor, but we'll see. Deary. And of course, I'm sure if anyone was asking why I decided to go Ranger at this point, and previously, it's truly just because the DPS of, or the damage that you're able to put out with Ranger is so much more consistent than any of the others. Magic tends to be a close second in my eyes, but it does have its problems, especially with some of the spells that you have to deal with. However, some spells now have like really good homing capabilities, which is pretty good. Oh, here's the wizard. He sells some pretty good stuff that we'll probably want. We'll definitely have to buy at least one crystal ball. That'll allow us to make something really good for ranged weaponry and also some other magic spells later on once we have some of his stuff. But yeah, now that we've freed him from his ropes, he'll come to our base once we have a free spot for him. We'll just auto-sort our stuff and we'll reactivate our potion, because we need to see adamantite anywhere we can. Because we need a bunch of it. We currently have 125 plus, but we're still going to need a lot. We might even need like 200 or something like that. I have no idea how much we'll actually need. We just need enough for the furnace and then one set of adamantite armor. Let's see. Oh, I suppose I could also talk about the fact that if I wasn't in single player right now, going some of the other sets such as magic or summoner or even melee would be far more viable because I'd have other people to kind of back me up, and there's a whole system where you can respawn and that won't like despawn bosses. So it's pretty useful to have that all set up. And just in general, like, that gives you a lot of extra chances, because in single player, if you die once, the boss despawns. In multiplayer, that's not the case. Everybody has to currently be dead for the boss to despawn. Meaning that if your friend can stay alive for long enough, you can come back and fight again. So it makes being able to do more damage more important. But thankfully ranged kind of does really good damage and also has pretty good survivability thanks to how much armor it has. And it's just very, like I said, consistent, because it's very easy to just aim your weapons and you have near infinite distance on most of your weapons. You don't have the problem melee has where you have to get right up in enemies' faces. Not to say that any of the current sets are not usable. All of them are usable, they're just, some are easier than others. And I found that a ranged here has helped me out a lot more than the others. So I'm going to have to keep using that for at least the current time. If I decide that something else is a little bit better, like I said, eventually once we get our hands on Spectre armor, for instance, that might change my opinion, because the ability to heal is massively beneficial. Hey, another truffle worm, and straight in lava it goes. We'll definitely have enough chances to get more truffle worms in the future, so I'm not too worried about that. We got 199 adamantite. That's pretty good. There's even more over here, though. Even more. I think this one's orichallium, but I think the one just below it is also adamantite. We won't be getting any orichallium because we don't really need it. We don't need cobalt either. We just need adamantite, so that's all I'm going to focus on, is I don't want to clutter up my inventory with a bunch of random ores I don't need. So yeah, let's just dig down right here. We'll be able to get our hands on this stuff. I think this is also adamantite right over there. Let's take a look. Cutting our way through. I don't want to get killed by lava, but I'm gonna. Heck. Well, I'm currently on fire, but I didn't take too much damage thanks to my armor. So I guess it's just beneficial that we had that armor. Kind of in a Bit of a jam here. There's not many ways out of here, aside from maybe this way. Let's go up this way and see what we can find. I've been over here that much. Been over here a little bit. Amethyst. Yeah, orichallium. Amethyst. I don't see any more orichallium, or I mean adamantite anywhere. Oh, there's some down there. Any others? Platinum. So this is a useful thing that you can do with your map, which a lot of people don't know about, is if you've seen an object, it will actually come up on your map and you'll be able to see what it is. So it's much easier to look and find materials that way. We're just going to cut up through here and try and get over to that adamantite that's down in the underworld almost. Cut through here. Just kill any extra bats, spore bats and the like. We'll head on down. We currently have almost 300 adamantite. That's really good. Let me activate... Actually, no. We only have... What was it? This little vein right over there. So we're just going to get that, and then we're going to head back and see how much we can craft. Like I said, we only need one armor set. So we're pretty good overall, aside from that. Head down. This. Don't want any bats to cause me problems here. Okay. So we got 288. That's pretty good. Let's head back and see what we can craft. We can also put down our crystal ball. So our crystal ball is kind of a crafting station. It also functions like the bewitching table in that it's a buff. It increases our magic powers, which I think increases our mana and also our damage. Maybe magical critical strike? I forget if that's a thing or not. Oh. So when you get enough adamantite, the first thing you want to do is you want to break your hellforge, and then you'll be able to craft an adamantite forge, which you want to place, and from there you can then craft adamantite bars. If you don't do the first step, you won't be able to craft adamantite bars, which is unfortunate. So we're going to want to craft a mask, a breastplate, and we don't have enough for the pants. That's unfortunate. Let's see, how many would we need? Well, we will be using the adamantite repeater pretty heavily. Could also use the adamantite sword, but we don't really need it considering we have the Sun Fury, which does so much damage. 46, yeah, we'll get the adamantite repeater. We'll pick that up. That's definitely the best range weapon we could have at the moment, so we'll pick that up. Oh, looks like the demolitionist got killed somehow. I don't know how. We'll quick stack to nearby chests. Crimson torches. Place those in there. We'll also take out our mini shark. We can eventually turn that into a mega shark, but we cannot do it right now. Therefore, our repeater's the best. Our adamantite repeater. We don't really need those obsidian platforms as much anymore. Let's see. We'll put our... I don't know. I guess glow sticks. Glow sticks work. Like this. We'll just sort. So we'll keep our adamantite in our inventory. We need enough adamantite to make a full armor set, which we'll definitely get here in a second. I do have the crystal ball here though, which means that we can craft two very important items, which I'll want to craft here. I need to talk to the arms dealer. Do I have an illegal gun parts? I forget if I have one of those or not. But once you have the crystal ball, you want to buy a bunch of stuff. Forgive me for the noise. I'm going to buy 4 stacks of musket balls, and you'll understand shortly why. And I'm also going to craft up enough arrows for 4 stacks of arrows. So I need this. And we'll just use the wood we currently have on ourselves. So when you have 4 stacks of arrows or bullets in your inventory and also are near a crystal ball, you can craft the endless musket pouch and also the endless quiver, which we'll see here in just a moment, but let me craft my arrows first. So we got that. Almost there. Are we all out of wood? It seems we're all out of wood. Take these, I'll convert those back into wood. I'll also use those. Ooh. There we go. Wooden arrows. Let's see, I want wood back from these wood walls. So I can make just a couple more wood arrows. Not enough. I need a little bit more wood. Never thought I'd be running out of wood so badly. But here we are. Alright, let's cut down some trees. We'll go on the left side of the world. I really don't want to deal with the crimson if I don't have to. So yeah, the endless musket pouch, it functions just like a musket ball. As you can see, it has the exact same stats. However, the benefit of it is it's infinite. It will never run out, and as such, it is, you could say, infinitely useful as long as you're using a bow. Of course, if you're no longer using bows, then it's not as useful. But we are currently using a repeater, which is a rapid crossbow. Okay, we got 71 wood. I'll cut down these last few trees, and that'll do it for us. Let's just head back, so we don't have any more issues there, and we'll dump those in there. We'll pick up these, move that around. Alright, so, real quick, I'm going to craft the rest of the arrows we need. Now you need 4 stacks of 99.99 exactly to make these items, so like an incomplete stack will not work, so you just need the full stacks, and there we go. Now we have endless quiver and endless musket pouch, meaning that we can use it forever. Even if we run out of arrows, we'll just dump that in here. And we'll take our meteor shot, and we'll keep using our meteor shot just because it's pretty good. It's better than normal bullets. Quick stack to nearby chests. And we'll also take this and quick stack that. Alright, so the way this works is you can see I only have 1 arrow. The count only lists 1 because I just have the quiver. However, I can just fire that infinitely. Makes ranged much, much better because of the fact that you never run out of ammo now. Mind you, these are only basic arrows and basic musket balls, so if you want any more advanced bullets or arrows, or later on rockets, when we move up to rockets, then you'll have to get those in your own time. So we're going to head over this direction. We're going to see if we can't find any adamantite over here. Shouldn't need too much more, but we definitely need enough to complete our set. I forgot that there was a grave right there. Alright. There's a strange plant up there. I would bother to get that, but honestly I'm not really worried about dye. Fancy dyes. We'll see them later on, and I'll definitely play around with some of them as I get them. But for now, not worried about them. I'm just worried about that ore. And I need more of it. Gonna need lots more of it. So we're gonna head over here. Doesn't seem that there's any adamantite anywhere near us. There's not even really that much cobalt or calcium either. Kind of surprising. A little bit of cobalt here and there, but not a lot. I was hoping there would be a little bit more. Is that adamantite? That might be adamantite right there, or orichallium. If it's orichallium, we'll just leave it there. But if it's adamantite, I'm just gonna pick it up. Actually, you know what we can do? You can just check on the map. That is orichalcum. Entirely forgot about my own tips. But thankfully I remembered at the last second. So yeah, now we know that's definitely orichalcum. And that's a good way to check. If there weren't so many bats in this cave, it would be a little bit easier to traverse. Now that vein over there is definitely orichalcum, I can tell. Oh my gosh. He does a lot of damage, this guy. He does 110 damage per shot. I'm just gonna run away for a second because, ouch. Yeah, we can just keep sending an infinite supply of arrows at him. Alright. Ouch. Criminies. He did enough damage to really whittle us down. I got hit by a lot of his attacks. That was massively unfortunate. If only I could use something like the life crystals to heal me back up or anything else, but all I got is health potions. That and the regeneration from my well-fed buff. Or, yeah, my minor well-fed buff. Alright, well it doesn't seem that there was any adamantite over here. I almost died to that floaty gross when I wasn't looking. Okay. So we're just gonna head down into the underworld, because I don't think we missed any when we were going down before. Might be some over here. Let's check over here real quick. I know we checked over here previously. I forget if we found any over here, or if it was just all orichalcum, so we'll take a quick look. There's definitely lots of nasties over here, that's for sure. That's a Medusa, which will turn you to stone, and they're very annoying. There's also a stone golem, which just has lots of HP. As you can see, almost 2,000 HP. Not really worth it for us to deal with. I don't remember them having a ranged attack. Oh, here is some adamantite. Okay. Glad I came down over here then. Because there's definitely some over here. Could also just looked at the map, but kind of just trying to rush through it a little bit. You know, it's probably not the best option, but it's what I've got at the moment. I don't want to deal with you, golden salamander. Looks like I'm going to have to, there we go. Dealt with him. I was thinking he was going to hit really hard, but maybe he doesn't. Alright, so we'll dig down here. Get this adamantite. I don't know if that'll be enough. It might be. If it is, that would be really good, but it might not be. And how much? 60. Well, I guess I can hope. I'll keep going down and see if we can find any more, but if we can't, then I'll probably just teleport back and see if that's enough. So that's orichalcum, I think. The map isn't showing it up. Only downside to the map is that if it's in a shadowed area, then it can't really show you what's there. Ooh. Okay. Nope, still shadowed. Okay, that's definitely orichalcum. We'll just delete it because we don't need it in our inventory. What's down here? We got a chest. Oh, that is a hard mode hornet. That was kind of spooky. Chest in this little area here. Let's open it up. What do we got? Hermes boots? Not really worth it. Water walking potions though. Some flaming arrows. Yeah, we'll just take it for timing. Ooh, that is actually useful though. We found a sharpening stone. This is the melee version of the buff station. If you put it down, you get armor penetration for your melee weapons. Very, very good. And there's some adamantite. That is what we need. That is the thing we need. So there's this bunch of this green ore around, you'll notice. That is chlorophyte, and we cannot mine that yet. You have to defeat, I believe it's Terraria before you mine chlorophyte? Or maybe it's just all the mechanical bosses. It might just be all the mechanical bosses. Regardless, we definitely don't have enough to be able to mine that yet. because we haven't even defeated our first mechanical boss yet. I'm not sure if that's orichalcum right there, or if that's adamantite. We'll go down to it and try and see. As you can see, there's just a ton of enemies that spawn in the jungle now. Oh, excuse me. And they're all absolutely terrifying, every last one of them. Okay, that's orichalcum. We don't need orichalcum. Alright, let's just jump down here real quick. I'm just gonna run away as fast as possible. Because, dealing with a massive amount of jungle hornets is like the last thing we want to do. Jungle's, of course, a good place to get ore, even if it's not time for, what is it, chlorophyte yet. We can definitely get some ore from here, because it's so much easier to find ore in the jungle. As the fact that it keeps so many caves already throughout it. Both of these are orichalcum, I'm pretty sure. Gosh, it's dark. I really need to light it up in here. Get out of here. Okay, that's adamantite down there, though. We'll grab that real quick. Hopefully before we get ourselves killed from something stupid. We'll also see what's in this chest. I don't think it's going to be anything good, but... Ooh, ferroclaws. Not terrible. We'll loot all this stuff. Break the chest, take it with us. Is that adamantite or orichalcum? Ah, my map won't tell me. The only way to find out then is to just try and cut our way through. Get inside. That's orichalcum, definitely. What do we have here? Band of regeneration. Nothing too amazing here. Ow. You know what? Let's just head back. I think we have enough. 109, I think that's enough. Let's quick stack to nearby chests. We'll place sharpened stone there, and we'll dump these ferroclaws in a chest. Feral claws will help us out pretty good later on if we decide to use melee at all. Dump that. Okay. Now let's make some more adamantite. 21 bars. That should definitely be enough. Yep, 18 is all we needed. So there we go. Now we have a full set of adamantite armor. We'll take off our ninja gear just so you can see what it looks like. I think it has a special effect, yeah. It's like a little pulsing effect on it. What is our set bonus for this? 25% chance not to consume ammo. It's a pretty good set bonus. It's not the best, but it does have a lot of increased damage, as you can see, which is really good for what it is. Titanium armor, in my opinion, is slightly better, but that's okay. Even adamantite will still work for us. We'll take our cobalt armor and we'll slide that in a chest. So I think that kind of concludes what we need to do for this part. In the future we might need to get more adamantite for something else, but I don't think so. I think once we defeat the mechanical bosses, we don't need to upgrade our pick with adamantite. We'll get a new material from the mechanical bosses, which will allow us to upgrade our pick. So I think orichalcum is fine. We just need to get ourselves a set of wings from killing some wyverns, and I'm trying to think if there's any other accessories we might be able to get our hands on. We might be able to defeat the wall of flesh again and get a different emblem, maybe like the ranger emblem, which will increase our damage for ranged, which would probably be pretty helpful to us. We also don't really need the obsidian shield anymore. Nothing to... I'll decide what we need to do that way later on. I know we also need to get lightning boots, which is an upgraded version of specter boots, so we might go into the jungle, search around for a bunch of chests. We now have a bunch of potions of spelunking, which reminds me, I will, real quick, take some of these, and we'll put them in here. Actually, we'll take a majority of them. We'll try and use the 6 that we currently have on us to find maybe another accessory in the jungle later on. And we try and do that, because we do need to get those upgraded at some point. I'm trying to think, is there any other accessories we could potentially get? Aside from our wings, which will probably replace our Lucky Obsidian Shield, I think we're kind of good overall. We have a pretty good setup to fight the mechanical bosses. So we'll probably try and like set up an arena for that. And like I said, do some minor preparations in the future from here on out. But until then, goodbye.